This may be the last time the two of you ever speak. I hope that's not the case. I pray that's not the case. If there's something that he needs to hear from you, wouldn't you like to know what that is?
I sure would, Dr. Phil. As a matter of fact, I'll go one better than that. If my son wants me to hear me say, I shot your mother twice, I'll say it because I did. Yes, I took her life. I destroyed my life. I destroyed her life. I destroyed my son's life. I did. I'm guilty of all that. I take complete responsibility for everything. I have carried this with me all my life. But at the same time, Dr. Phil, I feel that I have been forgiven by a higher being, and we all stand in judgment. I mean, what more can I say?
You say you take accountability for this, but you say this was an accident. And Butch, you say you heard him say he was going to kill her, and I don't get shooting somebody in the head twice as an accident. You need him to own this. That's the problem, is he's not owning this, right?
That is absolutely the problem, Dr. Phil. The 12-year-old boy that I was still lives inside of me. And that 12-year-old boy still goes back to that same place where his mother was every day. And it's that place where I heard my father say, if you try to leave, I'll kill you. I've gone through court documents, Dr. Phil, and I see where my father said that he never said that. Dr. Phil, the day that my mother was killed, I lifted my mother's head and I put a pillow underneath my mother's head. My father told the court that he put that pillow under my mother's head. My father said that he never said that he would kill my mother. I hope you're hearing me well. After my father shot my mother, he came into the room and looked at both my brother and I, and he said, Butch, Keith, I'm sorry. I had to do it. She was going to leave me. The court documents say, Butch, Keith, I'm sorry. I had to take the gun away from her again. The 12-year-old remembers very well, and I won't be insulted by a man who keeps saying that it was an accident.
Ulysses?
Yes.
What did you want to say to what Butch has commented?
I'm going to agree with everything he said. I totally agree with it. And that's all I can say. The night of that incident, Clarice was drunk. She was
Man,
high.
it's so hard for me to listen to you insult my mother that way. It is extremely hard for me to listen to you insult my mother that way. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Don't you dare say my mother was drunk.
Dr. Phil.
Don't you dare say my mother was drunk.
Dr. Phil.
The police report specified that both you and she showed no signs of being drunk.